Welcome to Athletes Unlimited Softball on ESPN, presented by our official climate finance partner, Aspiration. Today is our very first Impact Week game, and we're celebrating pride. Love is unlimited. Amen to that. Let's have a great afternoon. We are wrapping up the final two games here in Week 2 of Athletes Unlimited Softball. Parkway Bank Sportsplex Complex in Rosemont, Illinois. Team Faramo is going to take on Team Zirkle, and a lot on the line. Megan Faramo is a first-time captain, currently sitting in the 4th spot on the leaderboard. She needs to stay in the top 4 if she wants to be a captain for Week 3. For Team Zirkle, Morgan Zirkle's fallen out of the top 4. She began the week in 3rd. She's now in the 9th spot, still with a puncher's chance of getting back into one of those captain spots with a big day for herself and her team this afternoon. All right, so Athletes Unlimited Softball, now in its 4th season. It is a wonderful concept. You get great players, 60 of the best softball players in the world, divided 4 different ways, 15-player teams. The teams change each and every week. We keep track of everything. Innovative scoring system ranks players on the leaderboard 1 to 60. The top 4 point totals are weekly captains. They get to draft their own team and make their own decisions from week to week. And we play doubleheaders, folks. Ernie Banks special. We play 2 games every single time out. So, getting ready for the first of our 2 games today. I am Eric Collins. My partner is Kenzie Fowler, the former All-American at Arizona. And Kenzie, we've seen a bit of everything this weekend. We had pitchers' duels on Friday. We had Slugfest yesterday.
A little bit of everything, just like you're talking about. But today is Separation Sunday, and there's a lot to be gained for all of these teams. So what are we going to see? I'm not really sure, but all I know is there's a lot of points out there for these teams to get wins. It's what matters in Athletes Unlimited. A
lot of runs yesterday. Erica Piancastelli, one of the great sluggers in our game over the first 4 seasons with Athletes Unlimited. Looks like she's got her swing back.
She's the active leader in AU for home runs, and she was the big highlight for Team Faramo for me yesterday. Even though they did lose to Team Romero, she got it going offensively. And like I talked about, getting those team wins is so important. This is a matchup where both of these teams have won a game this weekend, so she needs to come out the way she did yesterday from the gates in Gate 1 for this offensive lineup.
All right, both teams fired up and ready. Let's do it. Megan Faramo, the rookie from UCLA. This is how she fills out her lineup card. Haley McClenny. She leads things off out in center field. Not too many people better than her in the world today. Aubrey Leitz, the second baseman. TV Tori Vidalis in the 3-hole. Hannah Flippins, the shortstop. There's Piancastelli in the 5-hole. Sam Fisher, the veteran. Andrea Fillers had a nice weekend. Jordan Roberts and Aaliyah Andrews rounding up the 9. They will hit against Georgina Korick. First pitch of the game sails up and in. Ball 1 to McClenny.
Haley McClenny's been a little quiet this weekend. I feel like she's been on base a couple of times, has had long at-bats. She's always known for seeing so many pitches at the leadoff spot, but just offensively, a little bit quiet for her standards.
Yeah, 0 for 5. Looking for her first hit. Does have those 2 walks you're talking about. Hit a lot of that. Didn't mean to, but the ball glances off her back. 2 balls and a strike. Both Team Faramo and Team Zirkle 1-1. Both have lost to Team Romero. Sierra Romero's team hotter than a pepper sprout. Good strike for Court, 2-2. We have had unseasonably cool weather all weekend, and I'm not complaining. To third, Delaney Wiz gets McClenny by a half step.
Well, Georgina Korick, she came in on relief Friday's game, Team Zirkle up against Team Romero, and throws a lot of curveballs. In her second year as a pro here at AU, has pinpoint location, just a couple looks here at that curveball, loves to pound that part of the zone, whether it's lefties or righties. She's not afraid to go to her glove side. Also has a good rise ball that she'll offset with that curve.
Well, she's thrown 6 pitches now and gotten 2 outs.
You see the spray chart there, and it's the location. See the balls in the outside part of the K zone there. That's how good she is. Does not miss over the heart of the plate very often.
Here's TV Tori. Middle of the pack for Tori Vidalis. 30th out of 60 players on the leaderboard. Tori's been here with Athletes Unlimited for 4 seasons now. 1 ball and a strike.
There's that curveball from Korick. Righty on righty matchup.
Vidalis so far this weekend, 2 hits and 6 at-bats, has drawn a walk. Her Friday night was ruined by Jesse Warren. She was hitting bullets to third, and Jesse Warren was able to field them all. So Vidalis took the collar 0 for 3. She went 2 for 3 yesterday.
It's very hard to beat her inside. You'll see pitchers try to jam her because of her power, respecting it. We'll see Korick probably go outside with a curve, but she's so good with the pitches inside just like that. Her hands are so quick. It's so strong there in the 3-hole. It's just a waste pitch there for Korick. To me, that's a setup pitch. You know what Tori Vidalis can do on the inside pitch. So you're not going to miss. You're going to go inside tight to set up something outside or something off speed.
Talked to Tori in years past, and she is just fascinating to talk to because of how well she knows her swing. Her and her dad have a special relationship where they can analyze things. They're in tune. And she is a technician. Little flare into right field that'll hang up long enough for Jacobson to make the play. So a good job, Georgina Korick. A 1-2-3 first inning. When we come back, Team Zirkle heading to the bat rack. Team Framo, they go 1-2-3 in their half of the first inning. Now it's a chance for Team Zirkle to take some swings. Hitting in the number 2 hole, Amanda Lorenz has been the best hitter so far through the first 2 weeks of Athletes Unlimited softball.
She's come out with some, I don't know if it's vengeance or redemption, whatever it is that she's had motivate her this year in Athletes Unlimited. You can just tell her approach is a little bit different. She's really dialed in. The way that she's seeing pitches, her takes to me are good, and that's why she stayed in that number 2 hole.
There's the lineup for Team Zirkle. Lorenz in the 2 hole behind the captain Morgan Zirkle. Danielle Gibson hits third. Delaney Wiz has had a nice start to her season. The rookie Jacobson had 2 hits yesterday, including a homer. Sydney McKinney, Gwen Svekis, Rachel Becker, and Josie Muffley. As we've seen all weekend long for the team called the Baby Blues, a lot of youth in that lineup. Wiz, Jacobson, McKinney, Becker, and Muffley, all pros for the first time this year.
I love that the captain, you see the C on the chest for Morgan Zirkle, puts her in that lead, puts herself in the leadoff spot because there's so much youth around her. She's the head coach at Marshall, so this is a very familiar role for her, having to be the one that's in charge, call the shots, help lead the young ones.
And Zirkle's only got 1 hit this weekend, but she's played the game she wants her team to play. She's walked the walk, not only just talked the talk. She's got the 1 hit, but she's got 3 walks. She's stolen a base. She's got a sacrifice fly, scoring a run. She's been a good softball player in every phase, and her team has reflected that. Her team lost a nail biter on Friday to Team Romero 2-1. That was a game they had won until the last inning. And then yesterday, from soup to nuts, A great win against Team Garcia, 13-4 the final score. Two balls and two strikes to Zirkle. Megan Faremo, 135 pitches in a complete game win on Friday.
See Jordan Roberts, her battery mate, really wanting that pitch on the outside corner there to Zirkle, trying to get her to chase. It's a good take there from the captain.
Yep, there's your captain. Morgan Zirkle now has walked 4 times in 3 games over the weekend.
Well, Megan Faremo, she's a rookie and she's a captain, all in the same weekend here, and she came out pitching like a veteran. 9 strikeouts, complete game, just 1 run. And she was just in command, so calm. Of course, you're gonna see her light up when she gets a strikeout. She shows a lot of emotion. It's always authentic. She stays true to herself, and a little bit of defense here. Love that play from her.
Amanda Lorenz steps in. 8 hits and 14 at-bats so far through 5 games. She is the only player with Athletes Unlimited this year to get a hit in every game she's played. There is a really good chance that she's going to threaten the all-time record for best batting average in a season. The record, 510. That was Jessie Warren back in the inaugural season. Right now, Amanda Lorenz hitting 571.
Wow. 6 walks. Look at that. That's amazing.
And this gets the best players in the world. Our on-base percentage is 700.
Well, it shows the respect, but then also you have to know your zone and have respect for yourself that you don't need to go chase pitches, even though that ball's a ball off. She has the ability to hit it. Hitters count. She's looking to go, but does not get a lot of strikes very often because of how good she is with the stick. And taking a look at what Megan Faremo is going to give you, a good mix, curve. She throws a lot of that curveball side to side. Whether it's a left-handed batter or a right-handed batter, you'll see a backdoor curve right there.
Hit deep to center field. McClenny just in front of the warning track makes the play, and Zirkle takes a chance and is rewarded for it. Takes an extra 60 feet by being aggressive. First out.
That is knowing your speed. Don't see that very often, especially with Haley McClenny. She has a great arm in center field. The captain, she's reading it the whole way. No hesitation. She knows she's going to go. Almost catches Aubrey Leach off guard a little bit. I don't think even with a good tag there's a close play there at all, but just sneaking up on you, it's what she does.
I'm here to tell you, I'm going to watch Marshall Thundering Herd softball next year, because they're going to play like that. If your head coach plays like that, the whole team's going to play like that.
Guarantee that there's going to be a long base running session in every practice, which I can tell you is always not the case in college. There's not a lot of time spent on base running, and I think it's an underutilized thing in our game. Our game is so quick, moves so quickly. If you don't have your steps, like Morgan Zirkle, she knows probably how many strides she needs to get to second base. She's got it that down to a science. So she's going to spend a lot of time with her young ones running some bases.
Here's Danielle Gibson. 19th out of 60 players on the leaderboard. Drives it to left, and making the play, Aaliyah Andrews. That ball had some carry on it. So a tough out for Gibson, hit it hard, but to the wrong spot in the field. You don't want to challenge Aaliyah Andrews.
The duo of Amanda Lorenz and Danielle Gibson, they're swinging probably maybe the 2 hottest bats right now in AU, and they're on the same team batting against each other, and you could just kind of tell both of their outs, very loud outs. But credit Megan Faremo, you don't want to back away or shy away. She's going to attack, and you get a good result.
Last chance for Team Zirkle here in the first inning. This is Delaney Wiz into the hole, Hannah flipping. Did she get her? She did. She knew she'd get a true hop if she bounced it over to first, and the out is recorded. Classic Hannah flipping. She can flip and play.
This is so smart. It's what you want to do when your body's going one way. You give the long one hop. Good stretch at first base from Filler by a step.
Captains emphasize the importance of chemistry, and a great way to build that is through team identity. These are the creative Week 2 teams and their celebrations. Team Garcia is the Gold Chain Gang, who celebrated by showing off their bling. The Orange Squad is Romo's Juliets. Hit a home run and you are knighted at home plate. With 5 rookies on Team Zirkle, they're rocking as the Baby Blues. And the purple players got on their horses as Meg Stallions.
Oh, it's so cool. You see the teams change every week, and you got to come up with a theme, and some teams really embrace it. I think 4 fantastic names this week.
I think it's a challenge as every season goes on. You've got to almost outdo yourself with the name, and they always level up and have a creative one. I love what we have here today with the Baby Blues and the rookies for Team Zirkle, and then Meg Stallions. I asked Megan Framo who came up with that, and she said it was Brooke Yanez. So I thought that was pretty cool that you have, you know, the captain, of course, it's Megan, but a teammate is coming up with the nickname. So I think that's pretty cool.
Hannah Flippin leads things off. It'll be Flippin, Erica Biancastelli, and Sam Fisher. 3 players that have been around the block here with Athletes Unlimited. Flippin currently 29th out of 60 players on the leaderboard. And she works a 4-pitch walk. So the leadoff walk here in our second inning. Let's check in with the third member of our crew. It's Savannah Collins.
Thanks, Eric. Fans, you've seen the teams. You've watched them celebrate these first 2 games. So we want to know, who's your favorite? Who would you put your pick in for the best celebration of Week 2? So we want you to go to AU Pro Sports on Twitter. We have a poll open right now for you to go and vote. Go ahead and cast your vote. We're going to come back later in the game, see who wins. I would say if I had to pick, I might go with Romo's Juliets, just based on creativity alone. They really invested in. Let's go with something different. Maybe not by color. We're going to go by our team captain's name. So, Eric Kinsey, who would you go with? Who's your favorite this week?
Oh, I really like Meg Stallions. I think I've kind of been waiting for that, and they always, you know, nickname Megan like Megan Thee Stallion, so I think that's pretty good. I also like Romo's Juliets because of the celebration. I think they have the best with the knighting with Nia Davidson after the home run. When I saw that, I didn't know what it was, and then Savannah filled us in that it was Romo's Juliets, and I was like, that wins best celebration.
Oh, look what I found. Georgina Cork, the ball just somehow ended in her glove. Should have had a double play, but the throw gets away from Gibson at first. They get the out, but they can't get 2. Scary situation for Corrick.
Yeah, you can see Corrick saying, my bad on this throw. She's ducking and catching all in the same. This is, as a pitcher, the worst case scenario. When you see a pitch and the hitter squares it up, and that throw just sails into right field, unfortunately for Corrick, but she does make the catch, which is so hard to do. No one understands how close you are unless you've been out there and you understand when you land. We start at 43 feet. By the time we have our stride, we're striding maybe 6-7 feet. So you're looking at 35 feet away from these hitters. And look how strong they are. And that's coming back at you. You're finishing your pitch and the ball's coming so hard at you. We're looking at exit velocity at 80 miles an hour. And we have to react. Oof, was not my favorite thing, I'm gonna be honest.
Sam Fisher swings and misses. 3-pitch strikeout for Corrick. They're now 2 down.
Such a good rebound there from Corrick. Say, maybe I need to hit my spots and sure it up a little bit, and she does just that with this rise ball. In tight on the hands. Look at the movements. Starts around the letters and ends around the hands.
Andrea Filler, Northwestern Wildcat, comfortable wearing purple. So far this weekend, she is 2 for 6 with a couple of runs batted in. Softly, and it drops harmlessly to the ground in foul territory. 1 ball, 1 strike.
We didn't ask you who your favorite team nickname was.
No one was picked it, so I kind of feel like the oddball, and
okay.
I'm wondering if you guys are going to look at me straight. I like Baby Blues.
They're all so good. Baby Blues is
Team
great.
Zirkle, Baby Blues. I love Gwen Svekis,
yes.
kind of the veteran of the Baby Blues, and she hit the home run, and she kind of rocked the cradle.
Yep.
And the way they played, I just think it fits with all the rookies that they have. They've embraced being young. They've done the things that their head coach wants them to do. Small ball, run the bases, played with energy.
I'm looking out to the infield for Team Zirkle, and up the middle you have two true rookies, and then the corners are second-year pros, so still so much youth there. And then, of course, at the heart of it all behind the plate is Gwen Svekis, a veteran, and Morgan Zirkle, the captain, in center field.
How about Cork? Really good job. She walks Hannah Flippin on 4 pitches to begin the inning, but then gets Bianca Stelly, Fisher, and Filler. Athletes Unlimited Softball on ESPN is sponsored by Aspiration, a global leader in financing climate impact. Always get such special photography. Jade Hewitt is the lead photographer. She's been involved in this league forever. The players comfortable around her, and you can tell with the joy that she's able to capture in her camera. Fantastic stuff. Those are pictures from yesterday. We had a rainy yesterday afternoon and early evening. Today, not so much rain, but still unseasonably cool. There's Jade Hewitt right there.
Yeah, she's getting some warm-up pics. She's not missing a minute here.
Oh yeah, she's like the most nimble photographer too. She's getting into these different poses, making sure she's at the perfect angle at all times. All right, bottom of the second inning. Caroline Jacobson will be followed by Sydney McKinney and Gwen Svekis. 2 rookies and one of the most veteran of all players in Svekis. Jacobson with a big day yesterday. 2 extra base hits, a double and a homer. She is catapulted into the 15th spot on the leaderboard. It would take some doing, but theoretically, she's in striking distance. She could, with a massive day, get into the top 4. Wouldn't that be interesting to have a position player as a rookie be a captain, which is something that she could possibly do with a big day today. She got MVP 1 in the game she played yesterday, which means that she was considered to be the most influential player in the entire game. 60 points she got.
It's got to be such a cool feeling as a rookie. You're still trying to figure out the system. We've been kind of we were talking to Kat Sandercock yesterday, you know, asking if she understands if she doesn't give up earned runs versus unearned runs, what the point totals are, and you get voted MVP 1 as a rookie in your second week. Biggest mover, you bet.
Softly, Flippin picks it up off the shoe tops just for good measure. Decides to throw it over to first. You don't get 2 outs that way, Hannah. So 1 out here in our second inning. For every run scored during this year's Athletes Unlimited softball season, Aspiration is committed to planting 10 trees. Heading into this week, 380 trees have been committed this season thanks to Aspiration's support. This inning is worth 20 points, folks. We've already got a rollover inning. First inning was scoreless, and so all the 10 points for that first inning have been bumped into the second inning. Should Team Zirkle score just 1 run, everyone in their dugout will get 20 points. McKinney. 1 ball and 1 strike. Faremo blows it past Sydney McKinney. All-everything performer at UCLA, Megan Faremo, against all-everything performer at Wichita State, Sydney McKinney. Called strike 3. That's the first strikeout for Faremo.
Such a good pitch here. Talks about how she's not afraid to throw this curveball to lefties. That's a strike all day. Looking at my Yacker Tech in the K zone, lighting up red. And it's all about the spin. When it cuts in, she has so much spin on it. By the time it lands in the glove of Jordan Roberts, it's going to look more in the river. But when it cuts over home plate, it's going to get that white cut in. And too close to take with 2 strikes.
Gwen Svekis, homer yesterday, first homer of her season. All right, Kenzie, question for you. Name the person playing in this year's AU field with the most at-bats without a strikeout.
I feel like it should be Amanda Lorenz.
Should be.
Is it Gwen?
It's Gwen Svekis.
Wow.
The hardest player to strike out this year is Gwen Svekis, who's also one of the most powerful hitters in the game today. Pretty nice combination. Another softly hit ball that's going to stay on the infield, and the catch made by Flippin. So another 1-2-3 inning thrown by Faremo. To the 3rd we go, still scoreless.
I think it's really special that I am Taylor's fiance. I feel so much pride that she's my partner. Our first year we didn't know each other. We got here and just immediately had some chemistry. I remember being like, ooh, I got a little crush on that girl. And I wasn't out at the time, so we went through a whole journey through AU and then after AU, and it obviously blossomed into a wonderful relationship. She's my best friend, and now I get to marry her, which is pretty cool. I'm so proud to be a member of the LGBTQ community. I remember a time in my life where I never thought I would get to actually marry a woman, even though I knew that was where my heart was. And to be that example for someone else who may think they won't have that opportunity is really special to me.
Two of my favorite athletes to watch play, Gwen Svekis and Taylor Edwards. Just so happy that they're happy. Love is unlimited. We're celebrating Pride, our first Impact Week game. Athletes Unlimited proud to stand with and support LGBTQ plus communities everywhere. Why not?
You know, it's always interesting whenever Gwen is catching and Taylor's batting or vice versa, and I just have to wonder if that's hard for them to call pitches against each other.
Yeah, they're never on the same team.
No,
they both play the same position.
Right, so you're always competing against each other, and you want your partner to get a hit and do well, but also you want those inning points, let's be real, and we're competitors at heart. So.
All right, so we've made it to the 3rd inning. Jordan Roberts is batting. She'll be followed by Aaliyah Andrews, and then the top of the order, Haley McClenny. Both teams have just one base runner through 2 innings. Leadoff walks, one to Morgan Zirkle and one to Hannah Flippen that really turned into nothing. So it's scoreless with a no-no going for both pitchers very early, top of the 3rd inning. I've done enough softball that, you know, the whole kind of, oh, don't talk about a no-hitter. Come on. Some of the best things about softball is you get a chance to theoretically see a no-hitter.
And if I'm tuning in and I haven't watched the first couple of innings, I would like to know as a viewer. So
as an announcer, if we got a no-hitter going and I haven't told you about it, you turn away.
Right.
I made a mistake.
Correct. I want to stay in. I've always said, like, look, I'm a pitcher, so I can be the kind of middle woman, right? I can tell you as a pitcher, I don't really care what the broadcasters are saying. I'm doing my thing.
Softly hit. Smekis makes a professional play. Roberts is retired. Well, everyone loves to rep Athletes Unlimited, and you can too. Be sure to check out all the great gear, including the new Love is Unlimited t-shirt as part of our Pride Impact Week. Go to shop.auprosports.com to get yours today. Speaking of Kenzie, saw you trolling through the merch tent.
I did. I had some extra time, so I had to make sure I went and checked everything out. I did purchase some shirts, and I will tell you, the material of whoever's doing the merch line for AU, like, keep doing what you're doing because the material is so soft. When I picked up my t-shirt, I was like, oh man, this is going to be my sleep shirt for the rest of my life with how soft it was.
And folks, this is legitimate testimonial because you were not given that shirt for free. You actually purchased it.
Oh, I purchased it because, you know, I just want to support and wanted to make sure I got my size that I wanted. And plus, it's so cute. Had to have it.
Aaliyah Andrews batting against Georgina Korick. Andrews, the last player in Team Ferremo's lineup to see Korick. Korick has 1 strikeout. That was Fisher an inning ago. Korick's 2nd year with Athletes Unlimited, and what a great addition. Right back to Korick, like a panther. Super quick in that circle. 2 down. Second line drive caught by Korick. 9 batters into the game.
Trying to figure out what she was saying to Morgan Zirkle out in center field, but this is another great play, the reaction. We talked about the timing that you have as a pitcher. This one definitely not hit as hard as the one from Erica Piancastelli earlier, but still, it's always impressive. A pitcher can field our position just like the way Korick has done today.
So it's 2nd time through the lineup. Haley McClenny bounced to 3rd to begin the ball game. This inning is worth 30 points.
Oof. Should have been a strike. I like a high zone. You know, I feel like our hitters in our game, even in the college game, are so good that corners are nice, yes, but vertically the zone I feel like can always be bigger. They can handle anything that's over the heart of the plate, right? It's just right there for them. But up and down, I like a big vertical zone.
Haven't talked about the weather, and that's something you always need to talk about here in the Chicagoland area. You come to the ballpark, you look at the flags out in center field. Where are they blowing? Well, right now, blowing in from center towards the first base line. That greatly impacts the ball game. Oh my goodness. That was a glorious pitch with a ton of break on it. Korick strikes out McClenny, and it's a 1-2-3 inning. Korick is now retired 6 in a row. Bottom of the third inning, golden opportunity for Team Zirkle. If they can push across a run, they will win 30 points. Every single player on their roster, but it won't be easy. Looks like Megan Faramo's got her really good stuff right now. Well, here's our Sunday Night Baseball matchup, the third game of a 4-game series between the Dodgers and the Padres at Petco, 7 Eastern, 4 Pacific on ESPN, ESPN Deportes, and ESPN Radio. Coverage begins at 6 Eastern, 3 Pacific. With baseball tonight, Sunday Night Countdown, Michael K. and A-Rod will have their K-Rod presentation on ESPN2. All right, Kenzie, you're our resident expert. We saw Megan Faramo throw 135 pitches, complete game win on Friday. So far, 7 batters into the game. Is this the same Faramo, or is she a little different this time out with all the work she had on Friday?
It looks the same to me, and she didn't warm up at all yesterday. It was very clear that it was going to be the rest of her staff taking game 2, so resting herself, knowing that she wanted the ball Friday night and wants the ball again to finish out this week here on Sunday. She looks the same to me. She looks in command of her curve. That's always key. She's working both sides and splitting the zone with her rise as well.
Rachel Becker takes a called strike. 1 ball, 1 strike to Becker. After Becker, Josie Muffley and Morgan Zirkle to bat here in the third. Bunt. That's going to skip foul. Now join the Unlimited Club as a UC Gold member, and you'll receive a softball gold box. The box includes an exclusive jersey, a Cat Osterman bobblehead, I'll take one, and more. Limited quantities are available, so go for the gold today at auprosports.com/membership. Speaking of no-hitters, I saw Cat throw a no-hitter here in this league. Here in this ballpark, I've seen Jenny Finch no-hitter. That was awesome. There's a strikeout of Rachel Becker. Over the years, I saw Lisa Fernandez throw a no-hitter. Angela Tincher.
Let me pick up all these names you're just dropping. Hold on. Excuse me.
I think that's one of the great things about softball. There's still that chance because a dominant pitcher, I don't care what level you're at, on any given day can throw a no-no. Bunt foul. All right, my favorite question to ask a former elite pitcher. How many no-hitters did you throw, Kenzie Fowler?
I don't know.
I know, that's crazy. It should be like the highlight of your life, and you don't know if it's 6 or if it's 20.
I know I did have 1 perfect game, so that's cool.
So you only care about perfect games, no hitters?
No. I care. Stats are cool. I just don't know. But I know that I had 1 perfect game, if that helps.
As a college player?
As a college player.
Okay, against who?
I want to say Oregon State. Sorry, Beeps.
You would think it would be like the highlight of your life. You don't even remember who was it against. Muffley. If I was calling the game, I would remember who was it against, and I'd remember what I ate for breakfast that day.
It was so funny. I was walking around the stadium earlier, just kind of taking in some sights, and I was walking past all these murals of all the champions of AU, and this one little girl is staring at this photo of Cat Osterman, and she goes, "That's not a good photo of her. She has better photos. Why did they use this photo?" And I thought that was the funniest thing, that this little girl really cared about this photo of Cat Osterman here at the stadium. And I kind of looked at her. I was like, okay, yeah, I like that you're looking out. And so if Kat's listening, there's a youngster that's not happy with one of the photos here. It was not the one that we just showed, to be clear. It was another one that's a little bit bigger and down by the concessions. But this little girl was not happy that Cat Osterman has better photos out there.
And one of the reasons why we're here, people in the stands, people playing, people announcing the game. Cat Osterman, the years that she put in on dusty fields, continuing to keep the game alive, growing it, continue to build up interest. I tip my cap.
And I also love that this little girl, she was maybe 10 and knew who Cat Osterman was, right? So you just have to keep that in perspective, that of course Cat did it for so long, but these young ones still know the greats, and that really warmed my heart.
Look at the effort by Bianca Stelly. Ball is away from her. It's just a strike. We'll do it again. Count remains 3 balls and 2 strikes. Yeah, these were our first 3 AU champions. A pitcher in Cat Osterman was, we've never seen numbers like that before. 95 strikeouts in 64 innings. That's never going to happen again. Alicia Ocasio did it as a 2-way player, also helped out with a bat. And then last year, Deja Mulipola Down the left field line, this time in foul territory, making the play, Aaliyah Andrews. Good at bat for Muffley, but it results in out number 2.
It's a great at bat. I feel like these rookie-on-rookie matchups, I feel like there's a little bit something extra to them. I don't know what it is, but it's like you want to be the best rookie and know that you're coming in this league together, and that was one heck of an at bat. But of course, Framo wins the battle with the pop-up to left.
Here's Morgan Zirkle leading the way. She walked back in the first inning, stalled out at second base. Recently minted back in June, announced as the head coach at her alma mater, Marshall University in Huntington, West Virginia. Marshall was the school she played at. It also was the only school out of high school that offered her a chance to play Division I softball. She is from small town Milton, West Virginia, and her life changed because of Marshall University. On the ground, staying low, Leach throws out Zirkle, and the side is retired. Scoreless still. We've made it to the 4th. This will be a 40-point inning. Welcome back, everyone. This is a 40-point inning. First, second, and third innings have all rolled over. Those 10 points for each inning now make this a 40-point inning. Whichever team can outscore the other. Team Framo, Team Zirkle playing their final games of this weekend. Pitchers duel, Georgina Korick, Megan Framo. We're expecting to see Aubrey Leach, Tori Vidalis, and Hannah Flippin here in this 4th inning. Tori Vidalis is in the on-deck circle. She's wearing a microphone and listening to what we're talking about. Tori, can you hear us?
I can. Oh, gotta go quicker than I thought.
All right, Tori, 1 out now. You're coming to the plate. We're just going to watch your at bat and listen in if you don't mind.
All right. Hopefully it's not too crazy. That's like, some of it's luck, and some of it's like, oh God, please catch it.
That's exactly right. Some of it is luck, and some of it is please catch it.
Get down, get down, let's go! We broke it up! It ain't pretty, but it'll work. What? I know, right?
I'm gonna ask her if she was sitting change. I don't think she was. You could tell she was a little bit out of her legs, but she kept her arms back, kept her hands back, and she's excited about it. It's been a pitcher's duel, so trying to break this thing up.
Yep. You want to say hi? Hey, everyone.
Hey, Tori, congratulations.
Ah, thank you.
You clearly knew that a no-hitter was happening.
Hey, we said we had to break it up. Got to do what you got to do.
Did you know the pitch that you hit by any chance?
Change up.
Were you sitting change, or is that just all reaction?
A little bit of reaction.
Yeah.
I see Georgina's change up pretty well out of her hand.
Okay.
And today I think she's keeping it a little bit lower. She's not getting as many curves for a strike, so we figured she's probably going to go rise, change, screw. And I had a feeling since I hit the ball hard the first AB that I wouldn't get outside again.
Yeah, you hit that one well to right field.
Hannah Flippin's now walked twice. Runners on at first and at second with one out. Hey, Tori, we were talking no-hitters up here in the booth. Great hitter, you're like yourself. You've played a lot of softball. Have you ever been no-hit by a pitcher?
Probably. I'm sure at one point. I can't think of a specific time. But I know there have been some late ones going into like 5th, 6th inning where like, we got to break it up.
All right, Tori, you're in scoring position. This is a big run. We're just going to listen in, okay?
All right, you ready for these wheels, Eric?
Let's
Yes.
show it.
Unhook the trailer. Woo! Yes, Del! Yes, Del! See you, Del! See ya!
You can see Cork. She's going in tight on the hands of Piancastelli. You remember in Piancastelli's last
Shoulder!
at-bat, had that line drive right back to Cork, squared it up as good as you can. Cork, of course, made the catch. Did throw the ball away, but had the catch.
Called strike 3. Thing of beauty for Cork. 2 down.
Set up so well. You get a hitter leaning to the left, going in tight, multiple foul balls, and it just opens up that outside corner. It makes it a little bit more big, and Piancastelli, she's frozen. She's thinking inside. That's where she was going, and you feel that as a pitcher and attack what she's given you.
You said big. Yes, Sam.
That's a great strike for Cork, 67 miles
Yes,
per hour.
Sam. No one better. Lay off the rise. Come on. This is the worst
Did you hear her
part
say
about
lay
running
off the rise?
back and forth.
I think if Sam heard Tori, Sam will probably say, no, I like the rise.
Yes, Sam. Yes, Sam.
There you go. Cork got Fisher in her last at bat on that rise ball
Yes,
inside.
on 2. Come on.
Just missing way out of the
Yes,
zone there.
Sam.
And the side is retired. So we will catch up with Tori Vidalis a little bit later on. Right now, she has the honor of having the only hit in the game. Bottom of the 4th when we come back. It is a scoreless game halfway through this first of our doubleheader on Sunday. Team Faremo, Team Zirkel, struggling to get their offense going. Well, the Liberty highlight our matchup next Sunday afternoon on ESPN. They're going to take on Aaliyah Boston, Kelsey Mitchell, and the Fever. Coverage tips 2:30 Eastern, 11:30 a.m. Pacific with WNBA Countdown. Athletes Unlimited basketball followed Athletes Unlimited softball. AU softball, the very first sport ever. It was completed 2020 during the pandemic here in this building in a bubble environment. Made it through. It was just an exceptional experience for everyone to be involved with. Pulled it off, and now we're in our 4th season. Big crowds, excitement around the league. Come a long way. Amanda Lorenz, Danielle Gibson, Delaney Wiz. If anyone scores this half inning, it'll be 40 points for everyone on Team Zirkel.
In AU, it's such an advantage to be home team. So you can see what happens in front of you. If you need to do a little sacrifice bunt, it's just such an advantage. You always want to be the home team so you can react to what's happening to the other team in the top half of the inning. Because those inning points sometimes, and we saw this yesterday in one of our games where the inning points were almost as much as the win points, and it was split just because of the way the game fell.
Three balls and a strike to Lorenz. Lorenz has walked 6 times through the first 5 games that she's played this season. So she's going to make sure this is a good pitch. High pop up. This is going to stay in the yard. That is a big out number 1 for Faremo.
She just missed that. She was right on it, swung at a good pitch. It was going to be a strike no matter what. But the spin of Faremo, batted Lorenz, she was just underneath it.
Here's Danielle Gibson. Lined out to left first time up. And she's going to try Aaliyah Andrews. 2 down. That's now the 4th putout for Andrews. 2 outs here in our 4th inning. She's been busy. Athletes Unlimited and Topps have unveiled the first ever set of player trading cards that feature all 4 Athletes Unlimited sports combined in one set. The 200-card set features 185 athletes from the 2022 seasons. And it's available at Target, Barnes & Noble, hobby shops, and throughout Topps.com and Fanatics.com. They're everywhere, so get yours today. Here's Delaney Wiz. If she can yank it over the fence, it'll be worth 40 points for everyone on her team.
I like the first pitch that Faremo threw to Wiz. It was her changeup, and it was the first time we've seen a changeup from Faremo. She hasn't needed it. She's been cruising, especially the last 2 innings, quick 3 up, 3 downs. But these two are former teammates and have a lot of at-bats against each other. So Faremo knew something, tried to get her with the off-speed, and then goes back to the curve. But I just thought that was kind of funny. Like, okay, my former teammate, maybe she likes to go first pitch, so I'm going to offset with something that she hasn't seen yet.
Swatted into right field, ambling back, turned around and dropping the ball, Piancastelli. There goes Wiz on her way to third, and she'll make it with a slide. I think the wind played a factor on that ball. This is going to be an important official ruling.
This is a well-hit ball from Delaney Wiz. This is a ball off the plate and up, and she goes up and get it. Oh, that would have been such a good catch from Erica Piancastelli. That happens a lot with outfielders, especially when this wind is going. You drop step one way, you got to turn your body, recorrect to the other, and then credit Delaney Wiz. She sees the ball fall, and she's on her horse all the way to third base, and is 60 feet away from a whole lot of points.
Still don't have an official ruling as to whether or not that's a triple or an error.
I would give it a triple. If she comes up with that catch somehow, that's
a tough catch.
The best catch that we're ever going to see. That ball was hit well.
Caroline Jacobson fouls it. 1 ball, 1 strike. All right, the official score has said it's an error on Piancastelli. E9. So Delaney Wiz was hoping for a triple, which would have been 30 points for her. Who this affects is the pitcher Faremo. If for some reason Wiz can score, it would be an unearned run. And so Faremo wouldn't be charged a -10 for allowing a run. But if Wiz comes in to score, it's going to be plus 40 for everyone on Team Zirkle because of the 4-inning wins. Two balls and 2 strikes. Popped up. Will it be playable?
I think the wind really carried that. No wind, that's an out.
That's one of the reasons why I probably wouldn't have given an error to Piancastelli.
Yep.
Wind turned her all the way around. Ball was hit well.
Ball was hit so well.
Now this is the Jacobson we saw on Friday. Didn't get any hits on Friday, but in 3 plate appearances, she shot 25 pitches. Yesterday, she was a different hitter. She was swinging early in the count, and she was getting results. So very patient Friday, a lot of pitches, but no production. Impatient yesterday, not a lot of pitches, but a ton of production. Oh, look at Faremo. Gets the strikeout when she needed it. Off-speed pitch, 3rd strikeout of the game. So she's still got a no-hitter. Because the error on Piancastelli is not a triple, it's an error. The no-no continues for Faremo through 4. Still scoreless. We've got 1 combined hit through the first 4 innings. This is a 50-point 5th inning. Here's our Sunday Night Baseball matchup, the 3rd of a 4-game series between Dodgers and Padres at Petco. 7 Eastern, 4 Pacific on ESPN, ESPN Deportes, and ESPN Radio. Coverage begins at 6 Eastern, 3 Pacific with baseball tonight. Sunday Night Countdown, Michael K. and A-Rod. They'll have their K-Rod presentation on ESPN2. Bottom 3rd of the order for Team Faremo. Andrea Filler, Jordan Roberts, Aaliyah Andrews. Through 4 innings, our leading point totals, both starting pitchers. Georgina Cork and Megan Faremo are both plus 48 on their day. The only other players who have scored points, Hannah Flippen, 2 walks, she's plus 16. Tori Vidalis, a bloop single, 10. And Morgan Zirkle, who's got a walk. Those are the only points. And Filler strikes out. 4th strikeout for Corrick. Leaderboard changes all the time. Currently, a lot of players on Team Romero in the top 10. They have been flawless this weekend and won both games. Sierra Romero, the captain, she leads the way with 676 points.
Yeah, that orange team after this week 2 is going to get broken up, I have a feeling, going into week 3. Have an interesting matchup in our game 2 with a team that's undefeated and Team Garcia, who, to me, you look at the roster, has one of the most stacked rosters, but just unfortunately have come up on the other side of 2 games, so no wins for them yet.
Wind blowing in from left field. Roberts' first time up hit the ball super softly right in front of the plate. Gwen Svekis picked it up and threw it to first.
It's kind of interesting, both of the pitchers in our pitchers duel today with Korick and Frema going back at it, they're very similar in their sequencing. So we're seeing pitchers look the same, and it's the same approach. Using a little bit more of the off-speed Korick is than Frema. We started to see Frema use it that last half inning, but it's just been all about the curve and how you're setting up the curve, because that's their best pitch. And using the rise, using the off-speed, backdoor curve inside to righties, and then chasing away with just the regular curve. But the sequencing feels the same to me.
Oh, beautiful pitch. Back-to-back strikeouts for Korick. 2 down here in the 5th inning. All right, let's check in with the other Collins. Savannah, what's going on?
Thanks, Eric. Just giving an update on our poll that we have out now. Go to Twitter, AU Pro Sports. We want to know who your favorite team Selly is from week 2. So right now we're watching the Baby Blues and Meg Stallions. Later today we'll see the Gold Chain Gang and Romos Juliets. It's not too late. Go cast your vote. Orange Squad is in the lead. If you want to make a difference, now's the time.
Thank you, Savannah. Another great inning for Georgina Korick. She's got a shutout through 5.
Aubrey Leach here. We're at Wrigley Field, and I'm going to be throwing out the first pitch of the Cubs game. Really a dream come true to be out here. Never been to Wrigley Field before, but I've always wanted to, and especially when they're honoring the All-American Girls Professional Baseball League on the same night is just a dream come true.
Nadia Taylor and Sam Fisher used to hitting home runs on the diamond. They had a home run in the press box doing that rendition of Take Me Out to the Ballpark. Fantastic.
I would like to submit my submission for an added celebration for Savannah's poll with the Cubs celebration there between Nadia and Sam, with the celebration after they're singing it. That was legendary.
Sydney McKinney tries a sneak attack bunt, doesn't fool anyone. Nice defense being played by Team Ferremo. Quickly one out here in the bottom of our 5th inning.
There's Sam. We were talking about her singing Take Me Out to the Ball Game. She's not fooled by this bunt, and it's the throw that's on the run. You can tell she's just done that a million times. So smooth with it.
Gwen Speck is super dangerous. Scoreless game, one swing of the bat would be worth 50 points for everyone on Team Zirkle. We haven't had a run scored, so the first, the second, the third, the fourth all roll over to this 5th inning, which is worth 50 points. What was that pitch from Ferremo?
That's her change.
That was her 53-mile-an-hour change.
Yep. But it looks so similar to Georgina Korik's off-speed curve. It's in the same location. It's coming in. There's it again.
Back-to-back changeups.
And I love the fact that both of these pitchers have gone on with this game, starting with the hard stuff, and then second time, third time through the lineup, you start to show the off-speed.
With more on Ferremo, let's check in with Savannah.
Thanks, Eric. Fremo's complete game to start off this week is really when she talked about her changeup and how big it was for her. Something she says is she throws it a little bit more than she usually does on Friday night. We're starting to see it used a little bit more often now. She didn't want to live at one speed. She's going to celebrate on that one. And Haley McClenny, who's watching Ferremo directly behind her in center field, talked about how it keeps batters on their toes. It almost gets in their head. It's like, is this going to be the changeup? Is this going to be the changeup? We're seeing her now later in this game come back to that staple pitch for her that helps her keep hitters off balance.
When you throw a changeup for a strike, it gets in hitters' heads because it's something that you have to protect. And so hitters will tell you all day long, if a pitcher just has velocity, I'm good. It's when they start to throw different speeds and move them around side to side. So right there, you saw 2 changeups to Gwen Svekis, and then you go in tight, you get her leaning that way, and then you bust her on the outside corner with the curve. And she was caught off guard because those are 3 completely different pitches. And the key is you've got to practice your location and get them for a strike, because that is everything in pitching.
Well, it's been a busy weekend as the captain for Megan Ferremo. Threw 135 pitches the other day. That pitch right there, number 67. So she's gone over 200 pitches here in her weekend.
And you have to credit Jordan Roberts because this is a new battery, right? So you have a rookie that's pitching for the first time professionally this year, and then Jordan Roberts has been here since 2020. Doesn't really know Megan Ferremo, didn't play with her, and she's doing a great job calling a great game.
Hey! Haley McClenny keeps the no-hitter intact. Center fielder got a great jump, and it is a 10-pitch inning for Ferremo. Cooking with gas, a no-hitter through 5.
A little bit of defensive momentum. You want to use this if you're Team Ferremo offensively. Haley McClenny, no one does it better out there in center field.
Whole bunch of zeros there on that line score. The only hit of our ball game, a Tori Vidalis end of the bat single back in the 4th inning. That is it. Top of the 6th inning. This inning will be worth 60 points for whichever team wins the 6th inning. More WNBA action coming your way next Sunday. It's going to be the New York Liberty taking on the Indiana Fever. Coverage tips 2:30 Eastern, 11:30 a.m. Pacific with WNBA Countdown. All right, TV, Tori Vidalis still wearing an earpiece and a microphone. Tori, can you hear us?
Got you. Can you hear me?
Really, she's surrounded by a bunch of cheering, so we can hear everybody in that dugout.
I can hear you. Can you hear me?
Oh yeah, we got you.
Okay. Yeah, a lot of cheering. It's an intense game. I have a feeling this inning we're gonna bust it open.
This is it, huh?
Well, you know, top of the lineup. I don't know the red. To lead off the inning, you know? But we're gonna score. We're gonna score. Bring up some good eyeballs.
Haley McClenny, Aubrey Leach, Tori Vidalis batting here. And a little get-me-over, 57-mile-an-hour pitch for Corrick is a called strike. So 3-1, look like McClenny taking all the way. Popped up. Oh my goodness, McClenny upset with herself. Drops the bat in disgust. She is now 0 for 3. It's a lost weekend for Haley. 0 for 8, which you never say with one of the best players in the world today.
We haven't seen anyone offensively square up the off-speed pitch from Georgina Corrick or Megan Framo. So you're going to continue to see these pitchers throw it to these elite hitters. 3-1 count, that's a hitter's count. She's looking to sit on one pitch, and that was not it.
That is a big first out for Corrick. Remember, she began the at-bat 3 balls, no strikes, and still got McClenny.
Which is the most frustration that you're going to see from McClenny because of that. You're getting that hitter's count, and you feel like you're in control as a hitter. You can really decide which pitch you're going to swing to, and then all of a sudden you see the off-speed. Of course, it looks so good. It's not what she wanted.
Aubrey Leach 0 for 2. Inside out, ball and 2 strikes. Leach has 1 hit this weekend. It was a double. She's walked a couple of times. One of those walks was intentional in the win on Friday against Team Garcia. Georgina Corrick. Shutout through 5. So if you win this inning, it's actually worth more points than winning the game. This inning is worth 60 points for everyone on whosever team wins the inning. 3 balls and 2 strikes.
I love when we have these close games in AU because they're just such separators, and there's so much on the line, and you're going to start to see everyone get a little bit tighter inning by inning because they know what it's going to mean. Like you're talking about, winning the game, yes, nice, but now going into the 6th, 7th inning and still no score.
Well, this pitch right here is either going to be an out or a double, because if Corrick walks Leach, she's going to steal second base. There's going to be a runner in scoring position. Oh, called strike 3. Delayed call. Leach doesn't like it. Out number 2. That is a massive pitch by Corrick.
She's waiting to watch the replay, but I'm going to tell you this is a strike. There's a little bit of a higher pitch, higher changeup, so when Leach is seeing it come over home plate, she thinks it's a little high. She's not the tallest in stature of a hitter, but to me, of course, I'm a pitcher, so I have a bigger strike zone than most. I'm saying strike 3 all day.
Now, this was a really good opportunity for Team Framo with McClenny and Leach leading off. They both have been retired by Corrick. only hits of the ball game, TV Tori Vidalis. She is now 2 for 3, line drive single. That is the crispest hit we've had today.
Sits on the changeup, it's a little bit up. And the last hit that she had was a changeup as well, so she's probably happy with herself. She got another chance at it. Just, oh yeah, rock on.
There's going to be a pitching change. They do not want to have Corrick face Hannah Flippin for the 3rd time. So Corrick is giving dap to everyone on the team. She has pitched unbelievably well. But because you've got so many options with Team Zirkle, why not use them? Alyssa Denham will replace Georgina Corrick. Heroes welcome for Corrick. She was magnificent. Back in a moment. Whole bunch of zeros. A shutout into the 6th inning. Megan Frame was actually throwing a no-hitter. For Team Zirkle, a pitching change. Alyssa Denham, forever in blue jeans. She's going to come on. She replaces Georgina Corrick. Runner on at first base, Tori Vidalis. With 2 outs, Hannah Flippin is going to be the batter.
I'm okay with this change, even though the way Georgina Corrick was throwing outside of Tori Vidalis, she was really unhittable. So you go to Alyssa Denham, who's one of the best pitchers in this league because you can. Ground ball pitcher, throws in the low to mid 60s.
Hannah Flippin has not swung the bat today. She has got 16 points, 2 4-pitch walks. First pitch, strike 1 to Flippin. Vidalis on at first. How about this? Total change of perspective for Flippin. 8 pitches, all balls from Corrick. And now Denham comes in and pours over 2 quick strikes.
Just the change of the vision, side to side with Corrick. Denham's more up and down, drop rise.
On the ground, that ball's got eyes. Single for Flippin. Her perfect day continues. Runners on at first and at second.
Things starting to click here for Team Faremo offensively. This is an 0-2 pitch that's a little bit too high. I like how far it is outside, but if it's up like that, Hannah Flippin can handle it. Hits this ball well. How about Tori? That ball is right at her and she gets it out of the way. It's not always the easiest thing to do as a base runner.
Next in line, Erica Piancastelli. Down the right field line, foul. That would have brought at least 1 in, if not 2. But it's nothing but a strike. Megan Framo praying for a run. She's got a no-hitter. But first things first, she needs to worry about winning the game. Slugged into left, that'll get down. Here comes Vidalis. Lorenz the throw! Safe at home! The first run of the game, and it's a 1-0 lead for Team Faremo.
It all started with Tori. Really had the only offensive production. And she gets on base again. Hannah Flippin follows. Then Erica Piancastelli turns on this backdoor curve right in front of Amanda Lorenz. Close play at the plate, but the throw's a little bit too much to the right of Gwen Svekis at home plate to make that tag successfully. And Team Faremo, so far, still the top of the inning, but we finally have our first run of the ball game.
This is all happening with 2 outs. McClenny and Leach both making outs against Corrick. But then Vidalis, the line drive single. Flippin goes the other way with a single. And then Piancastelli driving in Vidalis. So we may see Corrick again. But for now, Corrick leaves the game. That run is earned. And Morgan Zirkle, is she challenging something? I'm trying to figure out what this could possibly be. And this will be challenged. I don't know what it is, but you might as well. That's the most important play that we just saw in the game. If something was amiss, let's take a second to get it right. So it's a captain's challenge by Morgan Zirkle, her prerogative. But what they're challenging, we don't know. Are they wondering whether or not she touched home plate?
I mean, we're going to find out together, because I'm not quite sure either.
Well, this is a synthetic surface. And sometimes slides are kind of awkward because it's not dirt. So maybe when you're sliding on a rug, sometimes it's not always smooth. Did Vidalis touch home plate?
Yes.
I think she got it. Yeah, oh yeah, no doubt about it.
It was a little awkward because of the glove of Gwen Svekis, so when she went head first in, there's a little bit of a contact there, and it looks like call's going to stand.
So the call is upheld. Run scores, 1-0 lead, Team Faremo. Now, Team Faremo, they want to get greedy here. You don't want to be satisfied with just one run. You get a couple more, and you feel a little bit better. Remember, this inning is worth 60 points.
This is an inning where they could get all of the inning points that are on the line as well as the win.
Pop up, right field, Jacobson. Side is retired, but 3 consecutive 2-out singles by 3 veterans has Team Faremo dreaming about 60 points. Back in a moment. Well, we finally got a run. Team Faremo pushes one across top of the 6th inning. Can Team Zirkle answer? The captain for Team Zirkle, Morgan Zirkle, one of our 4 captains. She's wearing a microphone today. Let's go into the game with Air National Guard.
Great job, Gwen. Good job. Good work there. Yeah, here we go. Let's go get it here. She's definitely leaving some middle. Like, I just wasn't on time for the one, but it was down the middle.
Yeah, let's get scrappy and push one.
Yeah.
Push one. 1, 2, 3.
Push one! Time! Blue! Time! Time! I want to change for Hannah.
I'm worried about this.
Really?
Yeah. Hannah loves hitting off of denim. Not worried about it, but you know what I mean.
Georgia just walked Hannah twice, and Hannah's hitting .07.
Totally. True.
So,
All the decisions you have to make while playing center field and leading off of the ball game. Morgan Zirkle as a captain has to be into the game.
I love so much of what we just were able to hear there, and you heard Gwen Svekis kind of voicing her opinion, as she should. She's a veteran, been in this league, you know, since it started, and wants to make sure Zirkle's making the right decision, making the right moves. And then you were listening to Morgan talk about what she was seeing off of Megan Framo and her at-bats. Even though she wasn't successful, you heard her say it, that, you know, Megan was leaving some pitches over the middle, but she wasn't on time. And it's because Megan is throwing that off-speed pitch consistently for a strike, so it makes the hard stuff seem even faster. And so if you're hitting off of Megan Framo, you've got to just split the plate, pick one side, and hopefully it's the right speed that you're looking for. But like right there, that pitch is hittable, absolutely hittable for Josie Muffley. But you've got to credit Framo. She's pounding the zone. You look at her line there, no hits. Maybe the Delaney Wiz triple quotations maybe should have been a hit. We'll see if that is the difference maker.
All or nothing play for Sam Fisher, and she got all of it. Tricky hop out number 1. If a 0 is put up here by Team Zirkle, it is going to be 60 points for everyone on Team Framo. And we've got a no-hitter on the line.
Well, when you're pitching like this, you've got to have defensive plays like that. You can see how fired up Megan was in the circle. Sam Fisher gloving that. She's played some solid third base this entire weekend, making good plays.
Here's the captain, Morgan Zirkle. Captain versus captain with the game on the line. Just handed a note. If Framo can get out of this inning without giving up a run, she's going to leapfrog all the way into first place on the leaderboard. Number 1 out of 60 players. And that is huge as a pitcher. If you can be captain and you can call your shots, pick when you pitch.
Oh, yeah. Ask Alicia Ocasio, ask Kat Osterman. You're in charge of your destiny. But then also, you're not counting MVP 1, inning points, win points. And so now, I called it earlier, Separation Sunday. You have a big game like this where there's a lot on the line, and the opening is there for Megan Framo. She wants it.
Big out here to get, though. Ball and 2 strikes to Zirkle. One out here in the 6th inning. Framo needs to get 5 more outs for what would be the 2nd no-hitter in the history of Athletes Unlimited softball. To short, put the wrong spot. Don't try and hit it to flip it and hope you're going to get on safely. 2 down. Sunday night baseball matchup, 3rd game of a 4-game series. Dodgers and Padres at Petco, 7 Eastern, 4 Pacific on ESPN, ESPN Deportes, and ESPN Radio. Coverage begins 6 Eastern, 3 Pacific with baseball tonight. Sunday night countdown. Michael K and A-Rod will have their K-Rod presentation on ESPN2. Right now, does Framo know she has a no-hitter going?
It's a great question because there's been a lot of defensive action, and sometimes you can lose that as a pitcher. You feel like balls are being hit, but hopefully you're not looking at the scoreboard. It's not your job. You got to focus one pitch at a time, lock in with your catcher.
One ball and 1 strike to Amanda Lorenz. Lorenz came into this game leading AU softball in on-base percentage, 700. She's yet to reach base safely today. She's flied to center, and she's flied to left. Gets the benefit of the doubt. Ball and 2 strikes.
Her velocity is still strong. When you look at the pitch count there, coming in at 80 pitches on this next pitch. Here in the 6th inning, that is a low pitch count.
Oh, Lorenz showing off a good eye. Faremo thought it was strike 3.
Such a good pitch. I'm looking at my Yakertech K-zone. It tells me it's a ball off, but man, that is a close pitch to take with 2 strikes. But Amanda Lorenz, she knows the zone. She's the queen of the walk.
2-2. 3-2. 60 points for an inning win and a potential no-hitter continuing into the 7th inning. That's what's on the line right here. Called strike 3. 60 points for Team Faremo.
We were wondering if Megan knows that she has a no-hitter, but I can tell you she knows that they just got 60 points. Team Faremo fired up for good reason. The 5th strikeout. The rookie, the captain. Let's go. Well, Team Faremo didn't know it at the time, but this was a 60-point swing here from Erica Piancastelli. 2 outs, 2 on, and she delivers. Amanda Lorenz with the throw a little bit offline, and Tori Vidalis, who already has 2 hits of her own in this game, scores the only run in this pitcher's duel here on Sunday.
1-0 in the 7th. Look at those zeros through the first 5 innings. A paltry 1 run in the top of the 6th inning. All the activity in that 6th inning happening with 2 outs, bases empty. 3 consecutive singles, plating our only run. Bottom third of the lineup for Team Faremo, looking for some insurance. Andrea Filler, Jordan Roberts, Aaliyah Andrews scheduled to bat. If you're just joining us, Megan Faremo with a no-hitter. We've only had 1 no-hitter in the 4 seasons of Athletes Unlimited softball. It was by the great Kat Osterman back in August of 2001. In that game, Kat had 5 strikeouts. Megan Faremo tonight has 5 strikeouts, I should say today. Off the end of the bat. Home run in a phone booth. Who wants it? Catch made by McKinney, the shortstop, 1 down. The New York Liberty highlighter matchup next Sunday afternoon on ESPN. WNBA action. They're going to take on Aaliyah Boston, Kelsey Mitchell, and the Indiana Fever. Coverage tips 2:30 Eastern, 11:30 a.m. Pacific with WNBA Countdown. Jordan Roberts. Jordan Roberts has earned her keep with a glove on her hand. She has been the catcher for Faremo. She's obviously called a great game. Combined, Faremo and Roberts, a no-hitter. Got to give the catcher some credit, right?
And I'm always interested when they have the AU draft, who the pitchers, when the pitchers are captains, who the pitchers are drafting as their catchers, because that is very personal to me, right? If I'm going to draft a catcher, I want exactly who I want as the pitcher. And for Megan Faramo, she's going to go Friday, she's going to go Sunday. Jordan Roberts has been with her for both of those games, and they have been locked in. It's maybe the best Megan Faramo's honestly ever looked. You have to take into consideration who she's pitching to in this league. She's a rookie, had the complete game on Friday, 9 Ks, and she's in charge here on Sunday.
And maybe the best compliment Gwen Svekis has ever had in her career, and it's been a decorated career, is Kat Osterman drafted her each and every week when Kat was going good. That was the player she wanted to throw to. And as many accolades as Gwen Svekis has won, the fact that one of the greatest pitchers of all time says, you're my personal catcher, that is a huge atta girl.
So I'm just going to be tuning into, I have to assume Megan Faramo's probably going to be top 4 again. I mean, you tell me, you're one with the points over there. I'm just trying to watch spins and pitches here, but I'm guessing Megan's going to be a captain again.
Softly in front of the plate, Svekis. Not in time. Second baseman Muffley covering, but good speed by Andrews.
So does Megan Faramo pick Jordan Roberts again? I would say why not? There's a look at the leaderboard. Okay, Megan Faramo, she's pretty far up there.
So back to the top of the order, Haley McClenny. 0 for the weekend. She's 0 for 8. I don't think any announcer has ever said that. McClenny has bounced to third, struck out, and popped up. Some things you guess at, other things you just know. Can't keep her down for long.
And I don't want to look into Haley McClenny's swing too much because I think it's one of the most pure swings in her game. But to me, just observing and watching her swing as from a pitcher's perspective, she looks a little anxious to me. And so if I saw her in that last pitch, she's kind of leaning a little bit. You can see the way she's stepping. It's almost like she's stepping in the bucket a little bit and not staying on her stride line. And if I can see that as a pitcher, I'm just going to stay outside. And we've seen that a couple of times in her at-bats where she's had soft contact, but it's to the left side. Normally her right shoulder stays in just a little bit more, stays a little bit more on line. Just my observation.
McClenny, the first batter in our game to come to the plate 4 times. The way that Faramo is throwing, there's a chance that no one on Team Circle, a couple of players on Team Circle, aren't even going to get 3 at-bats. Right now for Team Circle, only Zirkle and Lorenz, the first 2 batters in the lineup, have come to the plate 3 times. Off-speed pitch, trying to stay back on it. It's foul, left side. We'll do it again. 2 balls and 2 strikes.
Losing some opportunities for stat points, individual stat points. So you always want to be on a team with an ace because you're going to get a little bit more at bats if you're not facing a Megan Faramo or Rachel Garcia, Taylor McQuillan.
On the ground. Whiz throws out McClenny. Side is retired. All right. We have 3 more outs to go. Megan Faramo looking for the second no-hitter in AU history. Athletes Unlimited Softball on ESPN is sponsored by Aspiration, a global leader in financing climate impact. Yesterday was a rainy day, but it was a productive day. A lot of moving up and down the leaderboard. And the same thing today. Pitchers duel, but man, history is on the line right now. Megan Faramo has a no-hitter through 6 innings. This is what her day has looked like.
5 strikeouts. Let's watch them. Take them all in. She's been painting corners left and right with the backdoor curve and the changeup. That has been the difference maker. I love seeing this development from her. She's had 9 strikeouts on Friday. She's got 5 today, 14 on the weekend in this league as a rookie. Okay, Megan.
Wonderful performance by the rookie from UCLA. 6 no-hit innings. She has walked 1 and struck out 5, trying to join Kat Osterman with the only no-hitters thrown in AU history. For more on that, let's check in with Savannah.
That'll happen.
Thanks, Eric. When we're in a situation like this, and we've talked about it, there's only one no-hitter in AU softball history, and it's Kat Osterman. So I had to phone a friend. I wanted to know if she could give one piece of advice to Megan Faramo right now, what would it be? Here's what she had to say. It's that
Gibson pops it up. Leach, 1 down.
now that she has 1 more in her book, this is the piece of advice that Kat gave her. You have to focus on securing 1 out at a time. If you look ahead, any hitter in this league can get you. So from the one person who's done it before, that's what you got to know going into this last inning.
Savannah's got contacts. Love it. Thank you, Kat. Here is Delaney Wiz. Wiz came the closest of anyone on Team Zirkle to getting a hit. Her last time up, 2 outs in the 4th inning. She drove a ball, by far the hardest hit ball of the day for Team Zirkle. But it was into the wind in right field and close to the warning track. Erica Piancastelli got turned around, and the ruling by the official scorer was an error. That's the closest anyone has had to getting a base hit this afternoon.
I'm not going to mess with Delaney Wiz if I'm Megan Faramo. I'm going to maybe pitch carefully around her because there's just so much history here. These are 2 former teammates. They go way back. There's a lot of at-bats and data here. Ooh, that's a great spot right there. But I'm not going any closer than that. If Delaney Wiz swings at that pitch, I don't think it's going to be very hard hit just because it's a little bit off the plate, spinning out. Pitcher's pitch there called for a strike.
1 ball, 2 strikes. Slow to third. Fisher couldn't get it out of her glove. Finally does. 2 down. We're 1 out away from history.
That's a great spot. You get 2 strikes, and if you get a ball in the corner like it was called, I'm going exact same spot, a little bit more off, and Delaney Wiz, she wants to hit, she wants to swing. Oof, here we go, rookie on rookie. Caroline Jacobson, can we talk about her at-bats this weekend? They have been long, they have been tiring for pitchers. This is not gonna be an easy last out.
Swings the first pitch here, loops it foul, 0-1. Faramo, the draft choice out of UCLA, getting her feet wet. Athletes Unlimited Softball for the first time here in Rosemont, Illinois. Was magnificent on Friday. Complete game win, 135 pitches. Rolling along this afternoon, she is approaching 90 pitches with her next offering. Doesn't look like she's tiring one bit. Can she get Jacobson? Way out in front. She's 1 pitch away. Got her! It's over! A no-hitter! Megan Faramo! History on a Sunday afternoon!
Framo's excited no matter what about the win. They got the win, they got all the points. Every point that was on the line, Team Framo took it, but they are ecstatic for their captain. This is such a big deal for this rookie. 6 strikeouts, just 1 walk. An incredible performance. I didn't think she could outdo what she did on Friday, to be honest. But of course, she comes out, she's the captain, and she does. She outdoes herself in week 2.
Megan Framo had 8 no-hitters while pitching as a college player at UCLA. But folks, I'm here to tell you the competition she had today at Parkway Bank Sports Complex, Athletes Unlimited, softball, totally different than anything you see at the college level. This is doing something. And as the captain, to bite off 14 innings for your team over the course of the weekend, to give your team 2 wins, to go wall-to-wall winning every single inning in the final day, she has earned the captain spot going into next week.
Oh, put it in Sharpie, you bet. And I bet you she's going to draft a lot of these same players. You could tell this team the chemistry was strong. There was a lot of just, I don't know, from the start in the leadoff spot, even though they didn't have all of the offense that we saw yesterday, but they just had good chemistry. And I think it starts with the rookie, which is kind of ironic, right? You look to veterans to provide that chemistry. It's all been Megan Framo. She's been a great captain, and sometimes it's a really natural fit. She's a leader. She has the fist pumps, the emotion. She wants it so bad. It means so much to her. So fun.
This is the 101st game in the history of Athletes Unlimited softball, and we have had 2 no-hitters now. One by Kat Osterman and one by Megan Framo. Megan Framo standing by with Savannah.
Thanks, Eric. Meg, you're in a category with Kat Osterman of the only no-hitters in AU history. I do want to know, at any point in the game, did you look up and know?
Yes. Well, yeah, but sometimes I do that and then it doesn't end up being a no-hitter. So I really just try to keep my focus on God, and I was praying the whole time just so I could give all my energy to my team and not focus on my individual performance. That gets kind of hard in that situation, but at the end of the day, you have to focus on your team and who's up to bat for you.
You told me coming into AU that you are the type of pitcher who wears your heart on your sleeve. We saw some huge celebrations for you today. How were you able to embrace the moment? And was there an out, particularly that one in the 6th where you picked up those 60-inning win points, so you felt, man, I'm in this moment, I've got this?
Yeah, I think the way that I'm able to embrace my passion is that everyone is so welcoming of it, and they like to see it and they feed off of it. So being positive for me helps me just be myself and express myself.
It's a chilly day to get an ice bath.
I know, that's so freezing. But I love it. And you see, like, I love playing for them, and I think that they've enjoyed being on my team. So that to me is the biggest blessing. And then to answer your question, sorry, the very last out of the game was awesome. But when I went to pump, I overextended my knee, so that got a little too much. But that 6th inning when we got those points, that was huge too.
You were in a first-time battery with Jordan Roberts. Tell me about the confidence she instilled in you and the game that she called with you today.
Yeah, Joe, I got the opportunity to work with Joe in AUX, so I knew a little bit about her and how she worked, and I knew that we clicked. She's someone that brings me so much peace and is just very straight to it. If I tell her, hey, I'm thinking about this, she'll be like, sounds good, let's do it, and she'll find a way to work in my plan. And so having a catcher that I'm able to follow is the best feeling ever.
What a weekend for you, Meg. First time as a captain, first complete game, and now your first pro no-hitter. How will the Megan Stallions go down in your memory of AU?
This, by far, has been my favorite team. And I'm a little biased because my favorite color is purple, but also just all the vets helping me, everyone doing their best and doing their job and supporting me. It's hard to be captain, and I'm very bad at schedules and making lineups and all of that, but they were so understanding and encouraging, so this is one of my favorite teams ever.
You're in the history books, Megan. Thank you so much. Appreciate it. Back to you, Eric.
Thanks.
Wonderful stuff. Megan Framo walked the first batter she faced, then went on to just roll the table. The only other player for Team Zirkle to reach base safely, Delaney Wiz, who reached on an error in the 4th. Besides that, close to perfection. Framo, 2 over the minimum. She is fantastic on a Sunday afternoon. We'll take a quick timeout. We'll be back with final thoughts from Chicago in a moment. 101 games of Athletes Unlimited softball, and we now have 2 recorded no-hitters. Megan Faramo, a no-hitter against Team Zirkle. Team Faramo, they run the table, win all 7 innings and the ball game, and the reason they did it, one swing from Erica Piancastelli. Line drive single in the 6th inning, and she's going to join us now. Erica, what an eventful Sunday afternoon. You've been involved in every season with Athletes Unlimited softball. We saw history. I want to talk about your hit, but first things first. Megan Faramo, talk about her as a captain and what she did in the circle today.
I don't even have enough words to explain how amazing Megan is. Just an amazing teammate, an amazing captain, all around amazing human being. She just gives you the energy that you need, and she trusts you no matter what. And I think that's what makes her such a good captain, is everybody can buy in from the first day because we know that Megan believes in us. So I loved being on her team. It was so much fun, and I couldn't be more proud of her today.
Well, with her interview with Savannah just now, she was talking about having the veterans around her that she drafted, you being one of those and Jordan Roberts being another. What were you guys giving her as a rookie captain? Because that's a hard spot.
I mean, we were just keeping it honest, and then also we trust her no matter what. I mean, even if she's a rookie, we trusted her, and we know that she's a very, very big competitor. So we just told her, like, we have your back. You do what you want to do. You do what you feel in your gut, but we got your back. And we just gave her the tips when she asked, and we just put her on the right path. But she took the handles right from us and just took over. That was a phenomenal weekend for her.
Well, she wouldn't have the no-hitter unless a run eventually scored, and it did, courtesy of your bat in the 6th inning. Take me back to your at-bat. You were facing Alyssa Denham, who clearly is one tough customer, but you got a great swing and got a great result.
Yeah, Alyssa is also an amazing competitor, great pitcher. I think for me in that at-bat, I just wanted to let the ball get deep and just swing as hard as I can. I just wanted to kind of put the power back in my swing. I think I've been missing that for a little bit, and it felt really good today to be able to provide for my team and help them out as much as I can.
Well, it was a 60-point swing. Were you guys talking about that as the points were accumulating from the 1st to the 6th inning? Like, how much is on the line here?
Surprisingly, no. I mean, I know it was probably something we were all thinking about the whole entire game, but we actually never brought it up. I think we were just so into the game of this is 0-0 ball game right now, and anybody can win. And so I think we just wanted to play really good softball the whole game. And then, of course, once we scored and we won that 6th inning, then we came running in the dugout and we're like, hey, that's 60 points right there. But I think throughout the whole game, we were just really focused on having Faramo's back and just doing everything we can on the field, on defense and on offense.
Erica, just the winning innings and the game win and your single, that's 130 points. We don't even know about the MVP. So a productive day for you. We saw history together. Congratulations. We'll see you in Greenville, okay?
Thank you, guys.
Fantastic stuff.
Wow.
Well, let's take a look at our leaderboard. How have things changed? We have not factored in the MVPs, but I'm here to tell you, Megan Faramo is going to get it plus 60. She will be MVP 1.
Oh, yeah.
So she's going to be number 1 with a bullet, Kenzie Fowler.
And you look at Sam Fisher and talking to Erica Piancastelli now in the 9 spot. There was a lot of movement with one game here. Of course, it's game 3, week 2. That was such a fun game, Eric. Oh, my goodness. Megan Faramo, Erica Piancastelli, 2 of our greats in our game. And everyone, the defense, you got to have good defense. That was a fun one.
So history made in the 101st game with Athletes Unlimited softball here, Rosemont, Illinois. The 2nd no-hitter, Megan Faramo joins the great Kat Osterman with no-hitters here at this level. We'll be back with more Athletes Unlimited softball from Rosemont. Team Romero going to take on Team Garcia. For Kenzie Fowler, Savannah Collins, and our entire crew, I'm Eric Collins. We'll see you back here shortly.